He thought it was tea. But every night she left, and he watched but never said a word. She danced alone at 2:45 a.m. until he found the footage. I always tuck you in. And then he disappeared, based on a true story. He used to sleep well, deep, dreamless, peaceful, but lately he'd been waking up groggy, confused, like his brain was wrapped in fog. Sarah said it was stress. "Work's been killing you," she'd whisper as she made him tea. He believed her, because why wouldn't he? She smiled softly, touched his face, kissed his head. He drank the tea every night, and each morning the fog grew thicker. One night, he woke up to silence. The house felt empty. The other side of the bed was cold. He checked his phone. 3:17 a.m. No messages, no movement. He called out her name, but no answer. The bathroom light was off. The living room, too. Then he noticed her car wasn't in the driveway. His heart pounded. She never left at night. Never. But something told him this wasn't the first time. In the morning, she was back, hair damp, keys already tossed on the counter. She hummed in the kitchen, frying eggs like nothing happened. He stared at her, searching for guilt. "You okay?" she asked, smiling. "You slept like a rock." He nodded slowly, but something in her tone felt off. Sweet, too sweet, like a song that's just slightly out of tune. He didn't ask where she'd been. The pills were in a small bottle in the back of the cabinet, unlabeled, hidden behind vitamins. He found them by accident looking for aspirin, small white tablets, identical. He asked her once casually, "You take anything to sleep?" She froze, just for a second. "Melatonin," she said. "It helps." But he remembered her blinking twice, too fast, like her eyes were lying for her mouth. He pretended to take the tea that night, let it sit beside the bed, watched her sip hers, calm and practiced. She waited until his eyes closed, then she slipped out, barefoot, phone in hand, key silent in her palm. He peeked through the blinds as her car backed out. No lights, no noise, just her, gliding into the night like a ghost. He didn't follow, not yet. But now, he knew. The next day, he checked the dash cam. He'd installed it months ago and forgot. No front view, just cabin audio. 3:41 a.m., engine starts. Then her voice, laughing softly, saying, "I missed you too." A man's voice replied, muffled, intimate. He paused the file. His hands were shaking, his chest felt empty, and yet he smiled. Finally, the truth didn't hide. It whispered. He didn't confront her, not yet. He needed more. Obsession replaced pain. Every night he'd fake sleep, then listen, footsteps, keys, silence. He mapped her pattern. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, always gone by 3:15, always back before 6, each time colder. She smiled more, kissed him more, like she was saying sorry or goodbye. He started recording everything. He followed her once, just once, from a distance. She parked near an apartment he'd never seen, wore a hoodie, moved like she belonged. He stayed in the car, watched. After 20 minutes, the lights in one unit went off, curtains closed. But he saw them. Silhouettes, her arms around someone younger, leaner, the outline of betrayal drawn in shadows. He didn't eat much after that. Slept less, thought more. One night he asked, "Do you love me?" She blinked. Of course. But her lips twitched like they didn't believe the answer. You'd never lie to me?" he added. Her pause was almost perfect. "Never." She leaned in, kissed him, the taste of mint, and maybe, just maybe, a trace of something bitter. He switched their cups. One night, just once, wanted to feel what she gave him. 10 minutes in, the fog hit. His legs felt heavy, thoughts slow. He tried to speak, but his mouth forgot how. She watched. No panic, just quiet study. "You shouldn't have done that," she whispered. He blacked out. When he woke, she was next to him in bed, holding his hand, smiling like nothing happened. He started pretending he didn't know, playing the fool, smiling when she kissed him, thanking her for dinner. Meanwhile, he hid cameras in the hallway under the sink near the garage, not to catch her, to understand her, every movement, every glance. He wanted to know what she was when no one was watching. But now, someone was always watching. The footage showed her dancing, alone, at 2:45 a.m. in the living room, music in her ears, twisting, smiling, free. Not the wife he knew, not the woman who said, "I'm tired" before bed. This one was alive, unfiltered, real. He watched in silence, heart pounding, and then, for 2 seconds, she looked straight at the camera, as if she knew, as if she'd always known. He stopped drinking the tea, claimed he was detoxing. She nodded, smiled, but added lemon the next night. "Helps with the taste," she said. He pretended to sip. She watched him closely. "You trust me, right?" she asked. "Of course," he lied. They stared at each other across the table. Two liars sharing silence, sipping from the same poison neither swallowed. He started talking to himself, whispering things into his phone. "She knows. She's watching. Don't eat, don't drink." The paranoia wasn't paranoia anymore. It was survival. He slept with one eye open, kept his phone under his pillow. Every creak in the house sounded like betrayal. Every silence a trap. And her smile, the sharpest weapon of all. One night, she asked, "Do you still love me?" He paused, the wrong pause. She watched him blink, slow and careful. "Of course," he said finally. She smiled, not soft, sharp. "Good." She kissed his forehead and walked away. That night, he didn't sleep, just stared at the ceiling, listening to her footsteps fade, wondering if she'd come back, and if he wanted her to. He tried leaving once, packed a bag, drove 2 blocks, parked, just sat, and thought, what if she followed? What if she didn't? He stared at his phone, no messages, no calls. He was invisible, replaceable. That scared him more than death. So he went back, walked through the front door like nothing happened. She looked up from her book. "Forgot something?" she asked. He nodded. "You." He made copies of everything, the footage, the pills, even screenshots of her texts he found on a synced laptop. Backed it all up on cloud drives, sent one to a friend labeled "Open if I Vanish." He didn't plan revenge, he planned evidence, because part of him knew this wouldn't end quietly, and if he went down, he'd leave proof, truth, or whatever pieces of it survived. That night, she wore red. She never wore red. Sat on the edge of the bed and stared at him. "Do you think I'm beautiful?" she asked. "Yes," he said too fast. She smiled. "Even now?" He nodded. She leaned in, her lips near his ear. "Then sleep, baby." She kissed his cheek and walked to the bathroom. He didn't drink the tea. He didn't close his eyes, but she did. At 3:12 a.m., she left. Again. He followed, farther this time. She didn't go to the apartment. She went to the woods, parked by a trail, flashlight in hand. He stayed back, hidden behind trees, watched her dig. A small hole, a box. She buried it, covered it quickly, then looked up, directly at him, across the dark, across the distance. No words, just a long, slow smile. He didn't run, just watched her walk back to the car like this was normal, like burying secrets was just part of her night. He returned the next day, dug where she dug, found a tin box. Inside, photos of them, of him, sleeping, eating, crying, dated, sorted, like a study, like an experiment. One paper read, "He's not ready yet." He dropped it, started laughing, then crying. He stopped going to work, said he was sick, started locking the bedroom door from inside, kept a knife under his pillow. She noticed. "You're acting strange," she said. He laughed too hard, just tired. Her eyes stayed on him longer that night, studying him, measuring something. "Do you still trust me?" she asked. He wanted to say no, but the word wouldn't leave his mouth. He checked her phone while she showered. No passcode, like she wanted him to look. Messages were there, dozens. One stood out. "He's cracking. Won't last long." Another. "Tonight?" Followed by a thumbs up. He sat still, like his bones froze. Water shut off. Footsteps approached. He put the phone back. Barely. She walked in, towel wrapped, smiling. "Miss me?" Dinner that night was too quiet. She poured the wine. His hand shook. He tried not to show it. "To us," she said, raising her glass. He clinked it, didn't drink. She did. Long, slow sips. "You look pale," she whispered, "like something's wrong." He smiled. "Just tired." Her fingers brushed his, cold, deliberate. "Get some sleep," she said. "You'll feel better in the morning." That night, he packed. Again, no hesitation, no second guessing. He left her a note. "Don't follow." As he opened the front door, she stood behind him, quiet, barefoot, holding something, a small bottle. "Just take it," she said. "You'll feel better." He didn't look back, didn't answer, just walked out. For the first time in months, he breathed like he meant it. 3 days passed. He stayed at a motel. No calls, no knocks, just silence, until he found a letter under the door. You forgot the rest of the story. Inside, one photo of him asleep from last night. Same bed, same shirt, taken from the window. He ran to the curtain, nothing there, just the wind, the street, and somewhere, maybe, her smile. He didn't sleep that night. Left the lights on, knife on the table, eyes on the door. Morning came like a sigh, but when he went to his car, the windshield was cracked, a smiley face drawn in dust. Underneath, a note. "You're still mine." No signature, no proof, just a reminder. He wasn't running, he was being followed, and maybe filmed. He filed a report. Police listened, nodded, took notes. But no one followed up. No evidence, no crime. "Maybe someone's messing with you," they said. He wanted to scream, "She's in my head, my walls, my blood." But he smiled, said thank you, walked out, alone. Truth didn't matter without proof, and he had plenty of truth, just no way to survive it. The motel room door was open, just slightly, lights off. He froze, stepped in, nothing broken, nothing missing. But the bed, perfect. Pillows fluffed, blanket folded, and on the nightstand, a fresh mug of tea. Steam rising, no footprints, no sound, just her signature, comfort wrapped in thread. He sat on the bed, didn't touch the cup, just stared. and smiled. He moved again. New place, no phone, no mail, no name on the lease. But paranoia travels. Shadows still moved wrong. Lights flickered. He checked locks 5 times before bed. Slept with clothes on. Then one night, under the door, a flash drive. No note, just footage. Her, sleeping, crying, laughing, talking to someone off screen. He thinks he left. He never really did. We never found her, or him. The last footage showed a man checking into a cabin up north, alone. He smiled at the receptionist, said, "No one's coming." But the next morning, the bed was untouched. The room, empty. Only a single teacup left behind, still warm, no prints, no traces. Just a whisper written on the mirror in steam. "I always tuck you in."